Santa Clara.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Miami Dolphins and the San Francisco 49ers. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Santa Clara.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. There he goes, right side. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 26.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
On 2nd and 9, Purdy.
This one caught by Kittle. Touchdown. George Kittle, 35 yards.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Gold with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, 1st quarter, just their 2nd drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now. But you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain. This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score.
And he pushed it right. It's no good. Boy, they're down only 1 score. Still first half. But they're going to line up for the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
44 now. Here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. A give running left. It's McCaffrey. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll try and run here with Mostert.
Oh, he's got a little... he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2.
And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 4th down, here's Purdy.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And some space here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
123 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
4th down try. Here's Purdy.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
On the double.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Tua, the final shot before half. And going deep for Hill. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. 20. 10. 5. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Miami. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Purdy throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They go play action here. Purdy rolling to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
No surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Dancing to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
That ball was tipped in the air, and while it ultimately fell incomplete, it caused a few anxious moments for the guy slinging it, who's had quite a day. He knows how to get it into the end zone. He's throwing it really, really well, and maybe Lady Luck is on his side because he avoided his first interception of the contest.
Purdy on 4th down.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Let's go.
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle.
They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. And officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Niners are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us. No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
34 now. Here's 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get this up to about the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 47 yards.
And the 49ers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter.
Gold with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On first down, they go with Mostert again. Room here to run. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. This is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. On 4th down, Purdy. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as this defense really too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down. Here's McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Purdy now to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. McCaffrey. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 191 yards rushing for him now. His team has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And some room to roam now. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Brought down at the 20.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On the ground, McCaffrey. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds. That stops the clock as they wind up getting 23 yards there on the chunk play. Tua to throw. Going right back to Wilson.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Now one more shot at it. Obviously, again, they've got to go for the end zone.
Well, we've seen it happen before. How about Aaron Rodgers throughout his career? He seems to pull it off about every other week. But if I'm the defense, I'm rushing the quarterback and making him move away from his throwing arm. That makes it a little bit tougher to get it downfield.
One final try for Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. But really nice knockdown. He gets so much pressure in these situations on defensive backs. What are they taught?
Play the ball, not the man. Because if you have a pass interference penalty in this spot, boy, oh boy, you put your team in a bad place.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 12-yard line.
This one came right down to the wire, and it seemed they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
Spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big pitch came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. And now here's a carry heading left. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, the next-gen stat says that play took on 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a fourth down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on fourth down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey taking it in from 11 yards out. And the 49ers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. But the bouncer is taken inside the 5.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
They'll go right back to Tunyon.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Up the middle, Jones.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. And able to find Allen Lazard. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the 49ers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, here's Purdy. Gets into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push him downfield, but the safety did it.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd down, Dillon. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, they're going to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Rodgers now to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Touchdown, 49ers!
Christian McCaffrey
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls get through goalposts.
A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Rodgers going to throw. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
127 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Throwing here, Purdy. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. Down inside the 10.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Deebo Samuel,
33 yards.
and the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Now Gold for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Niners 21, Packers 11. Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Rodgers throw into the hands of Cobb.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 4 receivers to keep tabs on here, 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Able to find Lazard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Now Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action. Ready for the 3rd quarter.
Nixon now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
picked off by Fred Warner. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. He broke that line of scrimmage and then let it fly, and that's an automatic flag.
Yeah, and you don't just lose the 5 yards there, but you lose it down as well. So he obviously needs that better awareness about what he's going to do. Either tuck it and go or throw it to a target and get that pass away.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. A handoff. McCaffrey running right. He spins free.
154 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 13-yard touchdown run. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game, so they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Nixon now from his end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the completion good for just 3. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Rodgers going to go on 4th down.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. To throw is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Aaron Jones,
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit.
Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
And the Packers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Got his target, Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel with his second touchdown of the afternoon. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And
whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, 'cause I need